What were you doing? You were chopping vegetables?
I was trying to cut a piece of chicken off a rotisserie chicken.
Oh.
But I was getting a little wacky.
Trying to get fancy with it, huh?
No, I was
Were you juggling the knife?
What happened was I wanted to have some toast with avocado on it.
Yeah.
But we only had 2 pieces of bread left, so I was like, all right, I'll toast these up. So then my toast got totally burnt. And I was like, fuck. And so then I was like, well, I'll have a wrap. Put these avocados in a wrap, and I'll take a bite of that, and I'm like, well, that's pretty good, but it's a little bland. You know what would be good with this?
Chicken.
I'll real quickly just cut off a hunk of this chicken. And the next thing I knew...
How did you cut off, like, the side of your finger? Were you,
I think I first did a cut, like, kind of coming down parallel to the breastbone, you know? Like, I'm going to... like, you know, you're carving off a piece.
Yeah.
But then I needed to kind of come in from the side, cut off at the bottom, and, like, flip it out. And I think somehow in that motion... it, like, kind of slipped, and the knife kind of went up right into my other hand.
That's horrible. That's a horrible story.
It was terrible.
The worst part, I was moderately inconvenienced.
I felt bad about that.
What, did you have to drive him to the hospital or something?
It's true. That took, like, an hour out of your day or something.
Probably 2 hours. Probably 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
I was at the Price Chopper. I was checking out my groceries.
That's rough, man.
And I got a call from my mom saying, you know... can you drive Jeremy to the emergency room? And I was like, whatever.
Why couldn't she do it?
She was busy. She had a prior engagement.
Oh, okay. That seems reasonable.
She has some new children, and she likes them better than
Does she really?
I mean, they're not hers. They're the neighbor's children, but she babysits them all the time.
Right.
They're really cute. I don't blame her for liking them more than she likes us. You're listening to Bear Friend Tea Party, a podcast featuring members of noise pop supergroup The Flowers of Disgust. My name is Christopher Winter, and I'm joined, as always, by New York impresario D. Gunnard Beamish.
Pleasure.
Simple North Carolina country doctor Jeremy Mullis.
Hi.
And Jonathan Bumpers, a complete asshole.
Hello!
Topics this evening shall include... Topic 1... Whither American monetary policy in the Janet Yellen era. Topic 2, what is the difference between Burt Reynolds and Tom Selleck?
That's still funny.
Topic 3, Bear Friend Tea Party podcast Metadata Quandary. And topic 4, Snot and Tears, Phillip Seymour Hoffman.
Wait, is it Snot and Tears or not?
Snot and Tears, Phillip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, I thought you said not in tears. And I thought that was a little cruel.
No, snot and tears. Like as if you were crying a lot.
Snot and tears is totally respectable.
It's a lyric from Seven Fruity Buns.
Yep.
Is it?
Come on.
The only part of that song I remember...
Any regular listener to the podcast would know that.
I just fast forward to the part where John starts naming sports.
Yeah, baseball. Yeah, basketball.
Isn't he just reading the lyrics off of, like, some old, like, papers we found lying around the band room?
I believe it was a coloring book, perhaps?
It was or it was one of those yes and no magic pen books.
Part of it was from the back cover teaser from the historical novel Jubilee, which we were required to read in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was that about a horse?
You know, I don't remember.
And then...
No, that was not about a horse. I didn't read it, but I know it's not about a horse.
You're thinking of Black Beauty. That was a famous book written from the point of view of a horse.
I might be thinking of
Was
Traveler.
Black Beauty written from the horse's point of view?
Yeah.
About Robert
Did you not know that?
I did not know that. No, I didn't know that. I've never read Black Beauty. But I'm more inclined to now. I love books written from the animal's point of view.
You know, I thought...
Witness the Bunnicula series.
I went...
Wait, that was...
Oh my god, we could talk about that on
from
every
the
episode.
animal's point of view?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was narrated by the dog.
It was not even narrated by the dog. There's an editor's note in the beginning about how the dog just appeared with, carrying the typewritten manuscript in its mouth.
In a barrel around its neck.
I bet that needed a lot of editing. Probably in the first manuscript, all the words started with R. All right. Should we get into this? We got a lot of ground to cover.
Before
we get into
segment
it,
over?
Before we get into it, there was one thing I wanted to mention. Just because you know that we've had the cold weather here and all the snow recently. Regular listeners will know I have a 9-year-old son named Tilo, and he hasn't experienced a lot of snow before. Last weekend, I had the opportunity. I took him out into the it was a sort of father-son bonding thing. I took him out into the backyard and taught him how to write his name in the snow with urine.
You never taught me how to do that.
Well, I'm not your father.
You definitely did not need any help doing that, Jeremy.
Well, my cursive is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cursive is kind of dead anyway, though.
Wait a minute.
If you're wondering the reason that I am not a practicing lawyer,
I was wondering, yeah.
when you take the LSATs, there's like 5 sections, and the first 4 sections are pretty easy. It's like this logic stuff that you study for it, and it's like, and then like you know basically what it's going to be, and I totally nailed that shit. But then the last section is a written section, and they say in very like bold letters, like, do not print on this. It has to be written in script, which I assumed meant cursive, which I hadn't written since like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So,
and they grade on penmanship, right?
well, no, but they send that, like, that doesn't affect your score, so my LSAT score was pretty good, but, like, if I actually had applied to a law school, they would have sent that to the law school, and it looks like it was written by a crazy person, because I, like, was trying to remember how to form cursive letters, so a lot of the letters are, like, backwards, like, they're going off the lines, they're going all over the place, like, and, like, it was bad.
Man, that's tough. Did you have to make a lot of like uppercase Q's and G's and like lowercase?
Oh,
I think I had to like
that's rough.
change my thesis, the thesis of my argument based on like what letters I knew how to write. There was like there's some uppercase, like I don't remember how to make an uppercase cursive B. Where does it come? I don't know.
No.
Anyway.
The tail's on the upper left, and it has a little.
But then
serif.
how do you get to the?
See,
you go back up the.
If they'd let me had my cell phone, I could have called you and been like, "How do you make a uppercase cursive B?" But they take them away from you.
But how do you make the B?
Wait, can I ask a clarification question? Did you actually take the LSATs? Is that a true story, or is that just bullshit?
Why would I make up such a crappy story?
I don't know.
I
didn't know you took the LSATs.
I didn't know
you
you
took the
LSATs.
LSATs. Were you thinking
Jeremy,
of becoming a lawyer?
Yeah, did you want to be a lawyer instead of a doctor like you are?
No, I was considering it at one point when I didn't have a job or anything, and right after I moved to Virginia, and I was like, well, maybe you should go. I could go into law, but then, I mean, so one thing that held me back, although I did get a good score, was thinking about how that essay was going to screw me up. I also read a book about like going to law school and being lawyers, and it sounded really boring. And then I also read about how like a lot of people go to law school, like there's no jobs even if you go to law school anymore.
So you'd be in the same boat anyway.
Yeah.
Well, except I wouldn't have a job. Now I have a job.
Do you really have a job?
Well, I work.
What's your job?
You were at home today making a chicken avocado wrap.
Ooh.
No. He doesn't get there.
Yeah,
It's
that
sad.
story has
It's
a twist.
Sad story.
I'm not going to tell that again now.
No,
it's already on the podcast once.
You know what you should do? Just record Danny saying making some reactions to that, going like, oh. Yeah, like that.
No, that story it's in the offcuts.
It's going to be.
You can put that.
It's in the extract later. Yeah, if you subscribe to the premium content, you can get the story.
My question is, what happened to the chicken afterwards? Did you have time to put the chicken away, or was it like rotting on the counter when you got back?
I did put the chicken away.
Can you just tell it?
John, what he didn't tell you is he got a donut at the end.
Priorities.
Yeah.
What?
The chicken gave you a donut?
What kind of donut?
It wasn't very
chocolate
good.
frosted cherry donut from Price
Wait,
Chopper.
Where did the chicken get a
Duncan,
donut?
Jeremy
hold the phone.
got a donut.
Listen to this. You know, there's Valentine's Day coming up, so Dunkin' Donuts has apparently rolled out a line of really disgusting sounding donuts that are shaped like in heart shapes.
That sounds good.
Cookie dough donut.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Like, and then there's another one that escapes me at the moment, but it's like, you know, butter ripple pecan waterfall. You know. Somebody want to look that up? There's another one that's funny.
Oh, you want me to look at? Yeah,
do your research
for you. Fill out your bit for you.
You know what's good? What they had at the Mr. Donuts in Japan? Black
Mr.
sesame
Donuts.
donuts are really good.
Oh, that sounds
they called
good.
it Misuta Donuts. It was they had.
And
the
what does
black
that
sesame
translate
donut
to?
Was really good.
That's what
And
I would have called it. That's a
the
good
tofu donut was pretty good also.
Was there a green tea donut?
You know, there should have been, but I don't remember one. You'd think there would be. It's a no-brainer. You'd think there would have been a green tea donut.
They've got the Cupid's Choice donut.
Oh.
A heart-shaped yeast shell donut that's perfect for sweethearts to enjoy, with its pink strawberry icing, festive heart-shaped sprinkles, and rich Bavarian cream interior. That one's not terribly funny.
Wait, are Dunkin' Donuts our new sponsor?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
keep going. Keep going. There's another funny one.
You know where else they have humorous heart-shaped items for Valentine's?
Where?
Minsky's Pizza. You can buy Valentine's weekend. You can get a heart-shaped pizza.
For real? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. How do you even do that?
It seems impossible. It's just a regular pizza, but they cut part out of it.
Oh, they cut it into a
Oh,
heart.
No,
they just like
It
throw the
seems
rest
really
of it away.
easy.
I
actually.
don't know. It's not what the picture looks like. I'm on their mailing list, so like every week they're emailing me with some different shaped pizza.
Who's on the Minsky's Pizza mailing list?
I'm on the Minsky's Pizza mailing list.
I bet Sharon Singh is on the Minsky's Pizza mailing list.
It's a good mailing list. You get coupons
Yeah.
Oh.
for the Super. You could get a football shaped pizza for the Super Bowl.
Man.
Fuck out of here.
Do they
And
do they
did
have
the-
it?
They
Do
use
they have a
that-
special?
Oh.
Do they have a special Phillip Seymour Hoffman shaped pizza, like in memoriam?
I want to get a basketball shaped pizza. Like
well,
football. It's the
That
only
was subtle.
I want a Phillip Seymour Hoffman shaped basketball.
Okay, that was
yeah.
Jeremy, do they also occasionally have like etc. coupons, or do you have to join the etc. mailing
yeah,
list
they
for
threw-
that?
I have not received any egg cetera coupons through
I
the
heard
Minsky's
Egg Cetera
Pizza.
was not very good. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good.
serviceable.
It's
I heard the coffee
mean,
was bad.
in the category of breakfast restaurants that Gigi goes
Yeah.
to. It's
it
in the
beats
top
first
5.
watch.
I'm glad we've
Oh,
got
yeah.
our first
Easily.
Gigi reference of
And concurrently our first watch reference. Actually. No, what about Osterio El Centro coupons?
Is that owned by Minsky's?
All 3 of those restaurants are owned
They
by
own
the
that
same
entire
people.
block.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got the
They
breakfast
also own the
place, the
Walnuts.
lunch place, and then
They
the dinner
also
place.
own UMKC.
UMKC's kind of a sidelight for them now. They concentrate on pizza.
No, I would assume that those other establishments have their own mailing list. To answer your
crazy.
question as if it were a serious question. Topic 1.
This was my topic. What do you guys... Well, there have been very mixed opinions on this podcast about the Bernanke Fed. What do you think we can expect from the Yellen Fed, and what should we expect from the Yellen Fed?
I reject the premise of your first statement that there have been opinions expressed about the Bernanke Fed on this podcast.
I think a lot of people on the podcast
I
have been highly
have something
vocal.
to say. I have something to say about
Yep.
that subject. I think that he should do something to interest rates.
What, like make them interesting? Yeah.
That's even better. Yeah, I mean, like raise them
How-
or lower them, or
which one?
or keep them the same. Do that.
I mean,
You know?
honestly, it seems like, I mean, she was the natural choice, is my understanding. She was basically Bernanke's kind of
She was like the vice
presumed
chair.
heir. Yeah. And I mean, I think you're not going to see any changes in the Yellen Fed. I think you're going to see like basically the same.
Just more of the same.
I mean, honestly, I think basically you'll probably see less of this quantitative easing stuff. But
So you think they're going to tighten it up?
I think they're going to tighten it up a little, but I think, just in response to kind of things bouncing back, and I'm using air quotes there. I mean,
For you listening at home, Jeremy's making air quotes.
Wait, I didn't see it. Can you do it again?
Well, I mean, okay, I'm making air quote. One of my fingers is bandaged up, so I can't actually.
Whoa, wait.
Well, how did your
wait,
finger get
wait.
bandaged there, Jeremy?
Sort of undermines your point a bit, doesn't it?
This
Jeremy?
topic is
Point being, like-
getting interesting.
I mean, I really think that
This
How
topic
did
is
you
off the hook.
injure?
it's interesting because
can't.
when I was taking economics in college, we were taught, and I don't know if you guys were taught this as well. I was taught like, okay, the Fed, it really only does two things: it buys and
Right.
sells U.S. Treasury bonds.
Right?
Right? It
Yeah.
never quite made sense to me. And
Affirmative.
Somehow,
That may be right, yes.
Somehow, through doing that, they set some kind of fucking interest rate. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I thought they set it by mandate.
I
By
know.
fiat. I thought they just said okay, the rate is X.
I
Don't-
think
they
that
don't do
they
that?
they announce
They
a
can-
target rate, and I think that they achieve that through buying and selling of U.S. Treasury bonds. Is that?
I think they
Does
can
that even
set
make
the
sense?
rate
No.
of a particular kind of U.S. Treasury bond. This is the worst topic ever.
Oh, I thought it was
what
just
is-
me.
what
I'm
is-
glad to hear that.
What is the rate on the 30-year T-note these days?
That's it.
That
The
rate is
30-year T-note.
7.
That's what it
The
is.
rate is 7.
well,
No,
Seven
no, it's much
girth
lower than
units.
7.
It's actually
Seven would
it's
be
actually a very
pretty
interesting topic. It's actually a very
Yeah.
interesting topic. I think
It's-
the Fed is an organization that has really outgrowing. It's really. I think in our lifetimes we will see this body diminish in importance significantly.
Oh, what? Why?
How?
And I don't think that's directly because of Janet Yellen. But I mean, I think, it's an organization that has had its day. And as, global currency markets change, I think we're going to start moving away from the kind of centralized kind of nation-state-based currency. And as that happens, this is an organization that is just going to kind of fade into obscurity.
What have we become?
Okay, I should point out I wanted to change this topic, but Jeremy had read an article in The Economist, and he was like, he had done some research, and so he had to get that out of his system.
Okay, to be fair, what I just said was not in The Economist. The Economist is very
you made that
pro-Fed.
up?
No, I have opinion.
Yeah, The Economist would never take a hardline stance like that.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
always
Well,
I
they
mean,
take some
I mean-
hardline stances. Look, if you're still reading The Economist, come on. It's all about the
feel like-
Financial Times now.
Is that just because you can't get The Economist for free anymore?
That's probably part of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I have in that case, I have a bookmarklet you might be interested in.
Oh. Let me on this subject, the thing I wanted to ask was, what's the best kind of Southeast Asian food? Thai, Vietnamese, Malaysian, Indonesian.
I don't. Are you allowed to just switch topics?
No, he said it was on this
I'm-
topic.
Yeah, it's related.
Yeah.
He didn't say that.
Well,
That's
I think
true.
Minsky's Pizza is the best food. That's our sponsor, right?
They
Do they
They
have
oughta.
a Thai
And
pizza?
it's-
Pad
That would
Thai
be-
It's
pizza.
surprisingly
Do they
good.
really?
You know what's really good? I had a spicy Szechuan prawn pizza in Melbourne. That's phenomenal. Really nice.
You had that in Melbourne?
Yeah. Yeah, you can get it at, I forget the name of the place, Crust. Maybe.
Hey, I had the most disgusting pizza once.
Sounds delicious.
No, I ordered a pizza.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
It's called like a
Come on,
salad pizza.
Let her rip.
Salad pizza?
That's not actually what it was called. But it was...
Was it just called salad?
Yeah, and
where's the crust? Where's the
crust
cheese?
was in tiny little pieces all over it.
Unless it was taco salad.
I think it was in Hawaii or something. It was like something salad. It sounded interesting, but it was just a giant circular piece of bread crust, but it had lettuce piled like so high. It was shaped like a volcano. A volcano.
The volcano.
But it was
a lettuce.
That's
volcano.
great.
It sounds pretty
Wow.
good.
Was it? It sounds.
Do you think the fact
great.
that Janet Yellen has been largely an academic throughout her career, do you think that's like significant?
I don't see that as
No,
problematic.
I don't think it-
I mean,
it's
a
not
lot of
significant.
a lot of the Fed presidents have been. Bernanke had been an
I guess
academic for much of his career as well.
It's always kind of a bookish kind of a dude.
Yeah, it's a
Or in
tough
this
call
case, a girl.
because they need those kind of academic chops. I mean, they need to really understand the guts of the economy.
Do
but
they?
at the same time,
Honestly, I would.
a
No,
lot
but
of
I asked.
a lot of the job, if I may, is politicking and coalition building and trying to reach consensus among the members. So it's that's a tough a tough spot to be in.
Here's I could be Fed chief. Give me like a scenario. I'll tell you what I would do.
Okay.
Okay, there's giant lizards attacking the
And
the Treasury
interest rates
building,
are
okay?
very high.
Right, and then there's also a team of a squad of Russian assassins breaking in through the roof.
John, in your scenario,
And-
bad things are happening. So I would lower interest rates. I would lower interest rates. Gradually.
you got it.
I would
What if-
definitely, and then I would kind of, as things
Yeah.
improve,
You're gonna
gradually bring them
overheat
back
the
up a
economy.
bit.
You're gonna overheat the economy.
I didn't
You know
know,
what?
but I'm gonna lower them a bit at a time.
See,
Just
but
a
then
little.
that piecemeal approach, is that really going to drive off the lizards?
No, it has.
You want to drive off giant lizards?
Look,
you need a
I'm
firm.
not-
I'm
not-
talking 50, maybe even 75 basis points to
This
drive
is
off
why-
giant lizards.
This is exactly why I've soured on active monetary policy.
Oh. Well, who's going to drive off the lizards then? What do you think? Just like the free market's going to do it?
I'm gonna get some food.
But isn't your topic next?
Something's.
Sounds to me like Janet Yelling should do more rate setting and less yelling.
That's a winner.
So I think
Yeah,
this is pretty
there we
settled.
go.
Did we set
Topic
a timer?
over.
Chris?
Yeah, we've got
All right.
20 seconds left.
Oh,
keep
God.
talking
Okay.
about monetary policy.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
so I think
Okay.
it's just going to be an extension of the same shitty policies we've had under Ben Bernanke
Yeah.
and Alan Greenspan before him. Just a reactive kind of shitty Fed.
Let me ask you this: you've got the list. All right, that's time.
Topic 2.
You're on. Your topic.
Oh, great. So, I was thinking... Oh, shit, this is my topic, not the interstitial.
That is correct.
Can we switch that? Can the Burt Reynolds shit
Timer
be my-
has already started.
Okay, so you guys got the email about the new album. I assume you're chewing it over in lieu of really responding in depth to it?
I responded.
Responding in depth to it?
Oh, yes.
I mean, I'm really pumped that you're working on the hit jam, Uncle's Tub and Bucket.
Yeah.
I
thought it was Uncle's Tub and... Oh, that's what you said, yeah.
Yeah, it's Uncle's, like, plural, not uncle's possessive. It's not like a tub and bucket that belong to my uncle. It's both my uncle tub and my uncle bucket.
I heard the discussion in the first 5 minutes of the song where you.
Yeah, I was hoping you could hone that down to a manageable length.
Yeah. Well, I cut out the first 5 to 7 minutes right away.
Whatever you want to do.
I'm going to add some more crap in.
I'm just pumped that somebody else is working on it because I feel like.
Are you eating pizza?
Yeah.
What kind?
Cheese pizza.
Is it Thai pizza?
Sounds
This Minsky.
nice.
No, this was pizza
Are
from.
you just trying to run out the clock on your topic?
Hey! I'm responding to a question that was asked of me. Not a
Nice
topic
use
I
of of.
proffered.
I liked the topic that I assigned Danny before he had chosen one, which was sensual and erotic love secrets guaranteed to drive her wild.
I'm not going to tell you guys secrets.
Come on.
Besides,
I know you got
this
some
would just
secrets.
be for the purpose of driving her wild.
let's face it. All of us know how to drive her wild. Am I right?
Yeah.
I suppose this is more or less.
You're totally right.
By wild,
I mean, I didn't hear what you said.
by
because my computer
wild,
froze. But
you mean
yeah.
See, that topic would have brick walled in about 15 seconds. So,
by wild you mean angry, right?
well, angry on one hand, and angry.
Yeah.
But just as a point of order, what topic are we discussing in your segment now?
I want to talk about the new record. I'm really
okay.
excited about it.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
gonna
it
be
was
good.
Burt Reynolds and Thompson. Okay, go on.
No, that's the interstitial topic.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a riddle. It's like a quiz. Everybody gives their answer, and then I tell you what the answer is.
Okay,
The
so
different
so
peop- okay,
what,
okay, go on.
so formulate your question and
Yeah.
present it to us.
Yeah.
What's the deal with? And, who's pumped about the new? What do I have to make?
Which
it a
album
question?
are we talking about?
Funny you should ask.
Dogloo with the dog inside, right?
Yeah, our new
Okay.
album of a non-themed original material. That its release date is 2012, according to my metadata.
Have we released Bare
I don't
Friend?
know.
Bare
I don't know
Friend
where you're-
You mean
Barefoot
Barefoot People
yet?
Food?
Yeah.
That's our 2011 album, I think.
So are we just
then,
bypassing that altogether?
No, our 2013 album is the Christmas album.
Right.
So this year we got to kick it into gear.
We need a
for-
2014 album.
I mean, it's,
I think we should just release all 4 of those albums in 2014. Just have a lull of several years with no releases, and then a big clump.
I've already done that. I did the revisionist release history thing for the period between 2004 and 2007.
Wait,
if you
but
look
I mean,
at
where is?
I put we did an EP this year, an EP that year. There's a release every year.
Is that? I guess. Okay.
I guess that was that was
It's
the
in
goal
our
we all
mandate.
decided upon
It's
when
in-
we started
Yeah.
the band.
We need an
right?
album every year. Is that the?
But once I start
Yeah.
working on guitar
I think we
solo
said
that
that.
is literally 30 years long, you guys are on your own.
You better get to work on that pretty soon, or else you'll die.
Hey, big finish.
Yeah.
What if he dies when he finishes the solo? It could be cursed. As long as you don't finish that solo, you might be immortal.
So look, what needs to happen? What needs to happen for
reasonable.
this album? Is it just Uncle's Tub and Bucket?
At this point, yes.
Okay, well give me a month or so. I'm just
Yeah.
to be fair, it's a long song and I need to think of a lot of words.
I thought that you paired it you cut out the first 5 to 7 minutes, and the track that I have is
Would still be a
7
pretty
minutes
long
and
song.
46 seconds.
Oh no, the track I had was 14 or 15 minutes.
Some of those tracks line up with one another. No, some of them
That
line
doesn't
up with
sound
one
right.
another.
No, I know that. But there was like 5 minutes at the beginning that was kind of where you're kind of first jamming on it and like discussing how what it should be called and stuff, and that I cut out. And then there's 7 minutes of jamming on it.
It's a good song.
Maybe you shouldn't have cut that out.
The album is like over an hour right now.
That's good. That's good. Double album.
Yeah, it sounds like we just need to record some more songs to make it a double album.
I mean, that's kind of our selling point. It's not the best music, but you get a lot of it.
Quantity.
Just
quantity and volume.
No, this is our best album yet.
There's definitely some good material on there.
No, it's
What's
all
on it?
It's all good.
Does it have "Duck Does Not Like to Be Touched" on it?
Yes.
That's a good song.
Hot Toddies.
Oh, that's a good song.
Sex
That's
Barge.
I've never heard that, but it sounds good.
Yes, you totally have.
Oh, maybe I just didn't know it was called Sex Barge.
Yeah, it's the one where the chorus is like mentions a sex barge.
Oh.
Wait, is that not the one where you found yourself?
Well, I think
caught
that would be
between
easy to
two
remember.
ladies?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
I like that one. It's like almost like real, like I don't want to say real music, but it's almost like it could be a side bottom track, you know? It's like mature.
High praise.
No. Basically, what I was wondering is, if any of you have anything you're working on secretly, or otherwise that you want to put on the record.
I don't think I've got anything more.
Not me. I don't have
Maybe.
anything. No.
I'd have to look through the files.
Yeah, I guess.
This is not. How is this
No, I
not
really don't.
any
I mean,
easier
it sounds
than
like this.
email?
It sounds like this album will be long enough once Uncle's Tub and Bucket are done.
Would it help if I claimed that I had something I was working on, and then I just
It
strung you
seems like-
along
No,
for
Chris,
a few months?
Chris, let me just say this: you are golden. You have contributed more to this record than you have to our past 7 records.
Or
Does
is
that mean
a song?
one song or 2 songs?
No, you're on. You frequently occur on the album. No, seriously, you're on.
Is that because you edited in samples of him coughing?
No, that's what I did on our last.
Those are
folder.
great samples. Those are really good samples.
Yeah, no, I didn't have to do that this time. I didn't have to take a 45-second sample of you playing an idea for a song and reuse it 3 times in the same track.
Did you do that before?
That was a great song.
Mrs. Boot.
Which song is that? Oh, yeah, that is. That's better than the final version of Mrs. Boot I had come up with on the piano. It's far better.
Great band. No, you're all over the record.
You know, in retrospect, I really wish you had been here when I had that stomach virus, so you could have recorded me throwing up. Because that would have been great for
And
like a rhythm track.
You couldn't record yourself throwing up.
I had my hands full.
Of puke.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had
wow,
my hands
yeah.
full of toilet. Is what oh man, that was awful.
Cool.
Good times.
So
Good topic.
Oh no! What I'm pumped about is that I've been laboring over
You've
the.
got 2 seconds.
Do I really? I can see.
And that's your time. You can say what you're pumped about really quickly if you want. We often go over that.
No, you remember?
That music means, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Surprise Attack Fun Time Tea Party Extreme Quiz Zone.
Oh,
And our randomly selected challenger for this episode is Dr. Jonathan Bumpers. John, in this episode, I'll read you a series of brief quotations, and you guess which ones are from former North Korean dictator Kim Jong-il, and which are from the 2009 animated film Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeak Wolf. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Number
I'm ready.
1.
Is it going to actually be me every time?
It's randomly
randomly
selected.
I can
They're
vouch for the fact that it's
randomly selected every time. We take a name out of the
every
hat.
time.
I mean, if it's truly
curious.
random, you are occasionally going to
Yeah,
have runs.
yeah, it's going to
where
come
it
up
is-
from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's only the
trips up
second
most
time,
It's
too.
always going to be you.
Number 1. Don't make me have to kiss you, because I'll do it. I don't care. Here come the lips. Makeout train is leaving the station. Toot toot.
Kim Jong-il.
Incorrect. That was Alvin, portrayed by Justin Long, speaking to Simon.
There's no way I could have known. There was no way I could have
We started with a tough one. Number 2.
Okay. Number 2.
What part of singing female chipmunks don't these people understand?
I'm going to go with the chipmunk.
Correct. That was Ian.
Yeah.
David
Okay.
Cross
All right.
Describing the Chipettes. Yes.
Wait, David Cross
Yeah,
was
David
in
Cross
that?
is in all the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. Number 3.
I'm going to go
In
with
order-
Kim Jong-il on this one.
Come
No,
on.
the odds
come
are in
on.
his favor.
Yeah, okay, you were correct.
Actually, they're
You were
not.
correct.
They're not
That
in his
was,
favor. That's
Kim
a misunderstanding of
Jong-il. That was Kim Jong-il from Abuses of Socialism Are
that was pretty.
Intolerable.
Yeah. Ready.
Number 4. The core in the Juche outlook on the revolution is loyalty to the party and the leader.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm sorry. It could be anybody in the Chipmunk movie?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. I think this is a trick question, so I'm going to go with the Chipmunk. The Squeakquel.
Incorrect. Number 5.
Overthought that.
Theodore, your butt looks
Chipmunks.
fine. Correct. Number 6, little tricky. We're having a fun trip.
Chipmunks.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
That was
You said
Kim
it was
Jong-il
tricky, so...
thanking Russian President Dmitry Medvedev in 2011 for arranging a Siberian.
The reason it might have been hard is that
Number
you didn't let
7,
him ask
and
the
this
question before you answered.
Well, you know, you
No.
gotta put it down.
This is the deciding question. Eagle, eagle, bully, bully.
Wow.
Could go either way.
This is the only
Yeah,
hard
it could
one.
go either way. I'm gonna go with Chipmunks.
Correct.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
Theodore screaming for some reason.
I
John,
like it.
Is that what it says
Have
in
you
the
not
script?
watched this movie?
no, I just looked it up on IMDb.
Theodore screams for some reason.
John, thank you for playing the Surprise Attack Fun Time Tea Party Extreme Quiz Zone. You've been a great sport. Jeremy, tell him what he's won.
Did he win this time? It seemed like he got like most
He got-
of them wrong.
He got no.
Were you
he
not
got
paying
4 out of
attention?
7. He got more.
The last one
correct.
was a tiebreaker. He got it right.
Yeah.
This is
you got it
rudimentary.
You
You know, a lot of statistics students get that wrong. I'm not.
A lot of lawyers get that question
I'm
wrong.
not surprised. Yeah. Oh.
Well, John, for
Is
being
that
our
true?
contestant and for getting a couple questions right, you will get a
Edition of a home game. Edition of our home
nice lens cleaning wipe,
And yodeling pickle.
Yeah.
factory sealed.
Nice.
Topic 3.
Okay, so my topic this week is the Bear Friend Tea Party podcast Metadata Quandary.
Ooh, looking forward to this.
So, we need to make some decisions here, and that's why I am devoting my topic to so basically, we're going to put our podcast up on iTunes so that
Right.
people can find it and listen to it, and we need to make some choices. We've already chosen the title for our podcast. That is Bear Friend Tea Party.
That was a
Clearly.
good choice.
We the subtitle of our podcast, I guess we've been saying a podcast, although that is not super descriptive.
No, that's what it is.
I think that might be a little too cutesy, to be honest.
Okay, but let's let me tell you the things we need
What
to
if
come
there
up
were
with. And
air
we've got-
quotes around
Okay,
podcast?
I'm gonna ask that people not interrupt me for just a minute here.
People were interrupting. Okay, go on.
Did you ask them not to?
I should have thought of that. No.
So, we've got to come up with a title, a subtitle, an author, and then here's where it gets hard: a category and possibly a subcategory, and also a description. We've already got an image, which is that horse. A horse
Rearing up.
angrily talking into that toy sampling keyboard. So I think
That's a good image.
everyone's fine with that. So
Yeah.
No problem.
we're not going to change the title, right?
I'm happy with
Yeah.
Bear Friend Tea Party.
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
For author, I've got Flowers of Disgust, which is the name of our band.
Yeah.
Are we fine with that?
No, see, I think that's good.
Yeah, that
it
makes
should
sense
also
to me.
like on the image that you made that says Bear Friend Tea Party. It should also say Flowers of Disgust.
It should say like up. So like for instance, the subtitle.
A Flowers of Disgust
Performed
podcast.
by the Flowers of Disgust.
Bear, you think it should be Bear Friend Tea Party, a podcast performed by the Flowers of Disgust?
I like that.
Or written and arranged. yeah, performed by.
Performed is good, yeah.
But it should still say a podcast, or it should
I,
just. Or should
I
it
like
just say,
a podcast, but if people have a problem with it...
Well, we can. There's what we say on the podcast to be funny, and then there's what appears as in like if you were just
Metadata.
yeah. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I think saying a podcast is fine.
But you want something else on the metadata?
Well, I'm throwing the question out there to us. Do we like a podcast performed by the Flowers of Disgust? A Flowers of Disgust podcast? It's not like anyone's going to be searching for the Flowers of Disgust either. All right.
How about
let's
a
move
Cat o'
on.
Nine Tails podcast?
But I think Flowers of Disgust
Ooh.
needs to be in there because this is really about promoting our band.
Yeah, true.
As far as I understand.
So should we? Do we like the subtitle "Performed by the Flowers of Disgust"?
I do like that. That is good.
Performed by.
A Flowers of Disgust podcast performed by the Flowers of Disgust.
Should we say anywhere in there that the Flowers of Disgust are a band?
I think people know by now that the Flowers of Disgust are a band.
I wonder how many characters I have.
Well, is that what the sub?
What category
genres
could be
are for?
music?
Like,
Then we
Okay,
would know.
well, okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about category. So,
Yeah.
um,
Are there? Do you have
Yeah.
to choose from a drop-down menu, or can
we've
you enter
got.
your own
Well,
category?
there are. I'm gonna send you. How do you get that chat thingy open?
Just tell me what the options are, and we'll pick
Does
one.
any of
Okay.
them have the
Are
word
there, like,
Firehouse in it? Because I'd
Okay,
choose that
here-
one straight off.
I'll give you the main categories first.
Okay.
Arts,
Sorta.
business,
Yeah.
comedy,
Yeah.
education, games and hobbies, government and organizations,
Yeah.
health, kids and family, music,
Uh-huh.
news and politics, religion and spirituality,
Yeah.
science and medicine,
Yeah.
society and culture,
Uh-huh.
sports and recreation, technology, or TV and film. To me,
Those are all good.
well, we have to choose one,
Oh.
can we change it every week?
probably. But I think that might be ill-advised. I think
Sounds like a hassle.
I would
Yeah.
say that music or comedy would be two of the logical choices. Those also, the nice thing about those is there are no sub-genres under those, so we don't have to make any more decisions if we choose
I like
one
the
of
sound
those.
of that.
Why aren't there any more sub? Well, whatever. I mean, children and family is kind of appropriate because we're all in the same family.
That's true.
Kids and family.
Yeah.
But that's no. I don't want to market ourselves. Like, I say like we cost a lot.
Yeah, we're not really family appropriate though. I mean, we
There hasn't
swear a
been
lot. for
that
one
much
thing.
swearing.
True.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a complaint?
Yeah.
Who
It's
votes?
it's
who
Let's
votes?
take it up
Yeah.
a notch.
I can't think of any swear words right now.
We're not, guys.
I
we're
can't
not.
think
we're
of
not
any
gonna,
other.
There are no
We're not-
swear words in New Orleans. Everything's legit.
We're not
All right.
doing kids and family. Don't make me do this topic next time.
All right.
Look,
Right.
music or
is
comedy.
As much as I want to be business, especially if Jeremy keeps making the topics.
Is the business one?
What
is
about
is it
funny
spelled
business?
Like? Is it spelled like BIZZNES?
It is the conventional
Business.
conventional spelling of business.
Okay, then screw that.
See, It's kind of a catch-22 because I want to say business to be funny, but being funny is comedy, so it has to be comedy.
But
So
we're also a band, so it could be music.
Yeah.
Oh, we do jam every
We
now
jam
and then.
from time to time.
Well, I think music podcasts aren't usually like... A lot of times it's just people talking. I don't know. I never listen to any band's podcasts, but...
No.
probably
Who wants
just
to listen to some
jibber-jabber.
band doing a podcast?
Is there an easy listening category?
No.
Because that's my favorite way to categorize our music.
I have already read you the category.
I thought you might be holding out.
All right, there is an easy list. No, look, there is. Look, if we decide on this, all right, I'm gonna. Okay, look. I'm gonna make this
So
very simple.
did David Bowie end up winning the Super Bowl?
I believe so.
Second year in a row, baby.
So, music or comedy? I think that's really what it comes down to. Do we?
Neither of those have a subheading?
No. Okay,
Music.
just music.
Music, yeah.
John,
And-
what's your gut?
Oh,
right.
Yeah, I'm
music,
okay with
music
that.
simple.
Unless
Okay, let's go with
there isn't a
music.
bees and bees keeping.
How much
options.
time do we have?
We got all the time in the world.
Did you say bees?
Okay,
Minute
so
44.
we need to have a description
Funny.
as well. A description. This I think can be multiple sentences, and it can be whatever we want. This so. Someone was saying something funny a minute ago about easy listening. We could say in there that it's an easy listening podcast. Why don't we call it Bear Friend Tea Party, and the subtitle is an easy listening podcast with the band Flowers of Disgust?
I like just Bear Friend Tea Party performed by the Flowers of Disgust.
All right, let's go with that.
That's more pretentious. I like that.
Performed. Do we have a-
Conceived and performed by the Flowers of Disgust.
Written, produced, performed, and
Okay.
actualized.
Now, what's our description? Give me a description. What I put in so far is an excellent podcast featuring the members of the highly influential noise pop supergroup Flowers of Disgust.
Yep. All your friends are listening to it already.
Accurate.
I like that. All your friends are. What if I don't have any friends?
Because you're not listening.
You're overthinking this.
Yeah.
All your friends. You're right. If you don't have any friends, we don't want you as part of our demographic.
Should we put some video game references in the description?
Yeah. Whatever you got, throw it at me.
Bump head to podcast? I don't know.
Bump head to.
That.
No, that's
Yeah.
not good.
What about just bump head to find box?
Ooh.
Ooh, that could be.
And that's your time.
Well, that was pretty productive.
Yeah, I think you got a fair bit there.
Yeah, we got to chew on that description anyway. It's not like in 10 minutes we're going to agree on several sentences.
It's been settled.
Listener email.
Amanda writes, Dear Bear Friend Tea Party, I really want to dye my hair black, but the parentals won't let me. I sometimes get to dye it purple or dark pink or blue, but no, not black. Most of my friends have black hair, but my hair is blonde. I hate blonde. I don't think my parents know I'm goth because they still buy me pink crap that they expect me to wear. And they still call me Mandy. No one has called me Mandy since 2nd grade. They still get me Hannah Montana crap, even though I like Emil Autumn and Evanescence. And I can't wear makeup. Help me, please. My parents think I'm prep.
So I would say, Amanda, it sounds like you're fixating a little too much on the hair. you said, I believe, that your parents would allow you to dye your hair pink. And I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of goth chicks out there with pink hair. I think you can make that work.
Yeah, that's true.
You just
That
need
is
to
true,
buy some
yeah.
black clothes and smoke cigarettes.
Have you ever been to Hot Topic, is what I would ask.
What about pink highlights? Would you consider that? I don't know. I've never really gotten into the hair scene, you know?
The hair scene.
I have nothing to add.
John, you remember that
Yes.
time you cut your own hair?
Yeah, it was a couple days
Wait.
ago.
That happened more than once?
Does anybody go to the
I
barber
go to the
anymore?
barber.
I don't.
I'm confused. I didn't think I knew anybody.
Okay,
that
so you
went
go to
somewhere
a
get their
barber in a
haircut.
small town, and there's two barbers.
Right.
One of them is just totally looks like shit, and is just all... He looks like a total slop. The other one's a real clean-cut guy. Which would you choose to be your barber?
All right, here's another one.
No, I know what
So
you
go
want
to
me
a-
to say.
No, you go to a small town, and in this small town, there's only 2 soup restaurants. One soup restaurant serves really good soup. It's packed. Everyone goes there. One soup restaurant serves terrible soup. Where do you go?
Minsky's Pizza.
I mean, are you
Did
looking
these
for soup?
restaurants only
Are we
serve
assuming?
soup?
No,
are we
you're
presupposing
trying to
that?
get a haircut.
You go to the busy restaurant because the barber's probably there.
Do we have another email?
Yeah,
Is that how? Is that how
You
they?
go to the barber shop
No,
next
that's-
I think
to the
we have
restaurant. that's
answered
not
Amanda's
busy.
question.
I think so. Bloody
That's how
Siren.
that's how the soup got hair in it. Is
yeah.
because the barber was there.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Bloody Siren writes, "Dear Bear Friends, if you shop at Hot Topic, does that make you fake? I had heard that Hot Topic is for posers, so just wondering."
Yeah. That's true.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
real and street, you go to Spencer's Gift.
Exactly. Maybe Claire's.
Oh, come on, don't make a mockery of this.
Okay. And last one.
If you get kicked out of a Hot Topic,
Yeah, if you
I'd
go
say
knock,
that.
Yeah,
knocking
you
over
can-
displays and stuff.
You can shoplift from Hot Topic. That's legit.
Next.
Last one from Anonymous. Anonymous writes, "Dear John, Jeremy, Beamish, and Christopher, I'm 10 years old, and my older brother says I am too young to be goth, and I don't know what to do. Am I too young to be goth? Or is there even an age limit?"
Is this from Anonymous or Euronymous?
Anonymous.
All right.
I would say you have the guts to use your own
Alright.
goddamn name if you want to rebel against
that's
society.
not nearly
you have
as
the guts
goth.
to use your own goddamn name.
Wow,
Euronymous.
harsh words for Anonymous.
Wait,
Yeah.
did they tell us
10.
how old they are?
10.
Oh,
That was
I
the
missed
whole
that part.
point of the question.
Well, probably... No, I heard the question. I just didn't hear the context. I would say, you could probably start by shopping at Hot Topic. And then work your way up to
I have a question.
Go ahead,
Spencer's
Jeremy.
Gifts or whatever.
What is Hot Topic?
Yeah, I didn't know
I don't
either.
know.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what.
I'm not goth enough to know.
It's apparently some kind of
None
shop.
of us, none of us know what.
No, I've purchased things there before.
No.
Oh, okay.
I've been...
Okay.
Yeah.
They used to sell vinyl records there, actually, like 10 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a cool place.
Yeah, if you're totally fake.
Don't.
Yeah, didn't we bought that Tool album
Is
there
that
in
right?
Hawaii?
But that's another story.
That was it.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
That was the only
Oh my
place
God,
on
you're
Hawaii
right.
that you
The
could
only-
get it.
It's like you'd go to record stores in Hawaii and they'd be like, "Hey, we're looking for this new Tool album." They're like, "Oh, you gotta go to Hot Topic."
No, we drove
I think we drove from
We drove
like
halfway
one side of the
around
island to
it.
the
Did you
other
guys
just
go
get
to
Hot
Hawaii
Topic.
just to buy a Tool album?
No, we.
Like, why didn't you go to the beach?
No,
or
we
something?
just happened
Yeah.
to be in Hawaii.
You were there when it dropped.
We also went to a different record store. We went to a
Yeah,
used
we were like-
record store too, didn't we? Because I bought that Florence Foster Jenkins album on Hawaii too. Yeah.
The glory of the human voice, yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
it's a good
picture you
record.
guys like sitting on the beach in Hawaii, like all glum, and be like, you know what would really like jazz this party up? Some Tool.
It was so disappointing. I mean, it was like, do you remember that?
You know what really?
Yeah,
really?
it definitely it did not jazz the
Tool
party
album
up.
making fun of Tool. It was like, yeah, it had
That
a
was a
bunch of
terrible
spooky
record.
interludes, and then it had some brooding passages that like almost built to something satisfying, but then got moody again, and then another interlude,
Yeah.
and some crazy ass packaging that you don't even understand.
This would be funnier if I knew.
You basically know everything
Tool.
about them now.
BFTP BFTP
Topic 4.
So, like many of you, I was shocked and saddened last Sunday, I think it was, when I learned through Twitter of the untimely passing of the great Phillip Seymour Hoffman. And, you know, I don't, there's not a whole lot of celebrities that, and I'm sure this is going to happen a lot more as we get older, but not a whole lot of celebrities whose deaths have actually, like, mattered or, like, I felt in any real way. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys remember when Michael Jackson died and, like, everyone was making a big deal out of it. But it was just kind of like, well, whatever. Yeah, that guy was relevant once, you know?
No, I hear you.
Yeah, it's not like
But I sort of missed it. You know, like, I sort of missed the time when he was relevant.
but I mean,
anyway,
in the case of
kind of a tangent.
Phillip, he was really like in his prime. It seems like
he was totally in his
whereas
prime.
Michael
And
Jackson had been over.
Well,
for
it seemed like Philip
20
Seymour
years,
Hoffman had a
basically.
prime that just wouldn't quit.
Yes.
I mean, it's like seriously, like he was just like, no matter what he was in, it would always be like, okay, well, I'm going to see it anyway because he's going to show up, and you'd be like, okay, he's doing that thing. Yeah.
Right, even if it's like a crappy movie, you know, he can take like a movie that's like a, you know, a
For
3
the
and
few
turn it
brief
into a
moments that
5
he's
just
in,
for,
it
you
becomes
know, his performance. You know, like, yeah, it's like, you know, I was watching, I rewatched the movie Hard 8.
Hard 8?
Recently.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Paul Thomas Anderson's first movie. He's in it for like all of 5 minutes, but he's really good. Like he's just it's a really intense performance, and I don't know. He had a range and panache that I feel like doesn't really exist anywhere else in Hollywood.
It was intense.
So I was really sad about that.
That was.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about Philip Seymour Hoffman dying.
Go ahead.
Do tell.
So like,
Please go do it.
So he like died on that like Saturday or Sunday or something.
Yeah.
And I was listening to NPR like the following Wednesday, and they were saying like blah blah blah. Philip Seymour Hoffman, who was found dead in his New York apartment with a heroin needle in his arm, and then then they say the cause of death is yet to be determined. And I'm like, found dead in his apartment, heroin needle in his arm. Cause of death is yet to be determined. They're like, have they looked into the heroin angle for it?
Well, maybe this long. We
I want to tell.
we haven't had
NPR
a
how
chance
do
to
their
examine it
job.
thoroughly, but maybe this will help. Wait, the Wednesday after, wasn't that like today?
This is the Wednesday
Yeah.
after, and they say,
Oh my God, was
no,
it really
this would have been last
week?
Wednesday.
It's a while back.
Time has just flown
But
by.
yeah, did you guys see The Master?
I did not see The Master.
I actually watched that.
Yeah, he was
this
really
week
good
too.
in that.
I heard
Fucking
I heard
nailed
that
it.
was really good.
Yeah, it was okay. I was not really impressed
I
with the
really
movie
liked
itself.
it. You did,
He was good.
Have you read about
Yeah.
like Scientology much?
No, I did
Yeah.
see a great play about Scientology. It was the entire cast was children. It was really, really bizarre and surreal.
Was
Yeah,
it like an
I think you have
elementary
the-
school
you have-
play or something?
You definitely have the best line.
It was a community play, actually.
Of anybody.
Community
here.
theater.
Wait, no, I'm serious. That's not sarcasm. Like,
Thanks.
I wish that I had gone to that play.
I would have liked to have gone to that
Now,
play
see,
as
you
well.
guys
Yeah,
are
it sounds
making
like a
fun
winner
me.
of
I'm
a play.
telling, like, anyway.
No, it does. It sounds like a good play.
Yeah. So
It was amazing. Let me tell
okay,
you.
should we? Okay, what? John, starting with John, your just blanket statement. Favorite Phillip Seymour Hoffman performance.
I don't know if I have a favorite one. I think the one that put him on the map for me was Happiness, which I think you introduced me to that. That's sort of the one I always go back to because he's so good at playing like just utterly pathetic characters, you know. But he could also play like really frighteningly intimidating characters as well.
great.
If you look at something like Punch Drunk Love. He had a small role in that movie, but he really kind of takes it over for the part that he's in.
All right, I'll go next. I mean, this is a very obvious one, but I really liked the hand job sequence in The Master.
I guess I need to see that movie.
Wait, I watched that like 5 days
Jeremy,
ago, and I don't
really?
remember a
Are
hand
you
job
sure you were
sequence.
in like,
subtle.
the right kind of movie theater? Was it sense around?
It was pretty explicit. It was pretty explicit, I thought, but maybe
I don't remember. I do remember the part where Joaquin Phoenix is like imagining everybody
That's like
naked.
That sounds like a great movie.
It sounds like a
Seriously,
good movie.
I don't remember a hand job.
well, you
scene.
don't actually. I mean, you don't actually see the hand job, but you know,
Uh-huh.
Phillip Seymour
It's
Hoffman's
implied.
so good at acting like he's receiving a sort of creepy, aggressive hand job that, like, well, I mean, I don't want to. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. But.
Great story.
All right, moving on.
I think his portrayal of Dave in
Dear God,
the Alvin and the
Chris.
Chipmunks movie.
He was in
I
that?
don't know. I don't have a favorite. I didn't quite. I couldn't believe him.
That
as
was David
Dave.
Cross. I thought.
And yet,
I thought you said that was
David
Cross.
played Ian, the antagonist.
No, they
There's
had
more
to
than
like
one-
make
Yeah, there's
up
a lot of
new
villains in the
characters
Alvin
and
and the
just
Chipmunks
stretch it out
franchise.
to feature length.
Ian was the bad guy. He's the record executive who's trying to sign the Chipmunks and, use them to make millions.
who played Gargamel?
Is that where the stomp horn comes in? Run up to Jeremy.
That is essentially where Oh,
I don't see that on
What?
IMDb here, Chris.
about David
I think
Cross
you're
or
making
about
that
Philip
up.
Seymour Hoffman?
Well, yeah, obviously he.
Yeah,
About
that I
Philip
was thinking
Seymour
about.
Hoffman. Okay.
Instead
that
of saying
seemed
I
obviously
don't
false.
know
It
any
wasn't that
roles
obvious
he's
to
ever
some of us.
played.
No,
He had.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing.
Can we, Chris? Why don't you say Love Liza?
Love Liza. Yeah,
That's a pretty
that might be
obscure
one.
one.
You could even go with.
Okay, all right. You
could
can
go
edit
with
that later.
Doubt.
I would
I
even
didn't see
accept
Doubt.
something controversial.
Oh, Doubt's
like,
great.
Brent from The Big Lebowski. I think is a pretty. Well, okay, fine, but it's like
Oh, that's not.
Oh,
controversial.
that's
it's a go-to.
Oh,
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that was good.
But it that's one of those movies that sort of one of the few
Yeah.
movies that really has a right to be a cult classic and is like not really that annoying that everybody thinks it's so cool. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a really good movie.
I didn't
Yeah.
really know him when I first saw that, so it was like I discovered him when I saw Happiness, and then later on I saw the movie again, and I'm like, oh my god, that's that guy.
So who is he
Yeah.
in the Big
He's
Lebowski?
he's
still
his
Brent,
schlub,
the
or his,
assistant
what's
to
the word?
the-
His toady,
Yeah.
toady, yeah.
His
Mr. Lebowski's
toadish,
Yeah.
his toady, yeah. That's a word.
Yeah. That
He's
dude.
the one who's like,
He's
this
the
is our
one-
concern, dude.
He's a wonderful, warm woman.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, he's good. He's always plays very depressing characters. I saw him one time in New York. I was in a restaurant and he was there getting takeout and he looked like shit. No, that's what I took that's what I took away from it at the time. Like he was all hadn't shaved in like 2 weeks and he was all overgrown and I thought he was like it was for a role, you know what I mean? But now I don't know.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you
don't
probably
put
could
this
have
on
like
me.
said something to him and like, taken him out of it.
It's on you.
I thought that was what you were getting at.
It was, yeah. Well,
That's
You
really
see-
sad.
I know
that's the real
topic
tragedy.
is over, but what did you say,
People that
John?
actually know him.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I said William Conrad, when Michael Jackson dies, everybody goes all ape shit, but then this guy that's actually amazing dies and nobody cares. That's kind of what I thought.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I've actually
yeah, no,
heard,
lots-
maybe it's because I listen to a lot of film podcasts. but
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like a certain.
I don't know.
Like,
But
yeah.
NPR has been
But
talking about it a lot.
I was eating
Yeah.
like a bunch of cheese sticks and chicken sandwiches at Papaya Dog the other day.
I like the beginning of this story. The setup is really
There
good.
was a,
I really like all of
TV
your
show and
stories.
a basketball game at Madison Square Garden, and out of nowhere the announcer said like,
And now, a moment of silence for recently deceased actor Phillip Seymour Hoffman.
I'm not joking. I thought it was like, but like nobody in the crowd seemed to know what to do.
That's awesome.
You're not supposed to
But
do anything.
you know
you
that
just
you
stand
know in
silently
basketball games they have that
for a
gigantic.
moment.
Yeah.
It's like a moment of silence. Well, I didn't really prepare anything to say.
You know that the scoreboards they have a gigantic cube hanging from the ceiling, and it looks like it is about to fall
Yeah.
down because
Yeah.
like his picture was up on there and they were showing it and it was like
Featuring roles in Boogie Nights and
like this announcer like a sports announcer with echo on his voice.
Oh yeah.
It was very surreal. I was surprised by it.
That old clock just a ticking time away. Ain't no more, baby, ain't no more.
That's it. That's all the topic.
Well, I have actually, I have another podcast that I'm on, which is called High on the Cow. Well in Kansas City, and this is a podcast that I've started doing with my wife, and it's pretty sweet. So you can check that out if you can't get enough of me and you're sick of these clowns interrupting me all the time.
It'd be more
That sounds
assertive.
good.
It'd be more assertive. We
On
wouldn't
the Flowers of Disgust network of podcasts.
Is it on the Flowers of Disgust network of podcasts?
It's in the extended.
I run the website, so it is if I wanted to. We talk about like restaurants in Kansas City.
Like Minsky's Pizza.
For instance, Minsky's Pizza, but also other restaurants. Mostly okay. It's really it's just, it would be funny if I had a Kansas City restaurant podcast just mine.
Or yeah, that was sponsored by one specific restaurant.
It just tried the different Kansas City locations. Some are better than others. High on the Cow.
Check out High on the Cow every
week. I don't know.
Every
Really,
Sunday.
every Monday, Wednesday, and
morning.
Friday.
Always, all the time. It's happening right now.
This is really just a case segment.
Jeremy's double dipping.
You can find the Bear Friend Tea Party at www.flowersofdisgust.com, I think. Also on iTunes. Yeah. And follow us on Twitter at Walcott_Lincoln. What's that underdash thing? You know, that low underscore? Is that what that's called? Follow us on Twitter at Walcott_Lincoln.
That's Walcott
Which I haven't
with
updated in 2 T's.
That would be an unrelated Twitter joke.
Yeah.
For anybody listening out there, Walcott
It's a long story.
somebody help me out.
It's not
Okay, if you're gonna try to start explaining what Walker did, I'm gonna make this sign.
Yeah. Oh, you can read my review of the Bilderberg Group cookbook at www.defenestrationmag.net starting Wednesday, 26th of February. That's actually true.
That is true.
That is. I know.
Everything on this podcast.
I want to do that.